This has gone Spy, the Spy, and we're coming to you live for this episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Campaign Act 3, and this will be the final episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Campaign, so I'm not sure if the producers are going to be producing more episodes into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Campaign or if they're still working on it, but either way, this is going to be the history books of the making. After that last episode of the duel between Darts and me, I was successfully pull up a victory win and saving the world once again. And this is going to be one of the hardest duels I'm going to be having in my life, so this is going to be the final episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Campaign, so if you folks have any suggestions for me to continue working on the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Campaign that is GX, please let me know, and whatnot, and subscribe to me to my channel if you guys wish for me to continue on the good work. So let's move on to the next chapter of this campaign, and this one is really going to be the history of the making. Now that the Pharaoh attempts to save the world from the evil of darkness, from a man that is the creator of dual monsters that he wished for one to have his wife back, and from a man that was possessed by an evil spirit of his own anger and jealousy of his Millennium Rod. And then there was an evil spirit that possessed Bakura through the Millennium Ring, and dealing with the Orikako's problems of Darts, and dealing with the situation of Kaba's new tournament that Siegfried tried to ruin, and now facing off against Sorg and his own timeline. And there was one last thing that he had to do, was to move on to the afterlife. Guided by Merrick, Sisu, and Odeon, the team went to the sacred underground temple that housed the gateway of the afterlife. To open that door, the Pharaoh had to seal away the Egyptian god cards and the 7 Millennium items, and to have one final duel. If the opponent is successful, the Pharaoh can move on. But if Pharaoh is successful defeating his opponent, then he's going to be stuck in our world for the next 3,000 years, or 5,000. It's a ritual duel against Yugi. Yugi suggested this duel because it's the only way to test out if he is truly ready to stand on his own as a man. This duel will be determined whether Yugi will be could stand on his own without the aid of the Pharaoh on his own as his own man, and not need the Pharaoh's help anymore. And this is not just a test just for Yugi and Atem, but also for me, so let's move on. Agreed. And I feel the same way as well, Yugi. So if he taught us everything he needs to know is to put our hearts into our decks, as you said, and to do everything that we have. And that's why I'm going to be doing the exact same thing as well. And now I'm going to be dealing with my own power and strength. Atem, you've taught me everything I need to know as a duelist. You taught me of the spirit of heart that's within dual monsters cards. That is something that no one will ever forget in a lifetime. I will be sad when you're gone, but I know you'll always be within each and every one of us in spirit. You are a true duelist, and also worthy of the title of the King of Games. And Yugi is going to make you very proud of the duel after this duel is finished. However, this will be a duel of a test for me as well. If I'm successful, I'll be able to use the teachings of what you taught me to put my heart into the deck and to believe in the heart of the cards. And I have always have been to be able to do with my own strength, my own power as well. So Tim, this will be a duel like nothing you ever experienced before. So let's duel! I'll be able to clean the swamp in my hand. By discarding into the graveyard, I'll be recovering the Polymerization spell card that's in my deck and add straight to my hands. I'll set down this card face down. Your move. I summon out Yugioh Fox. Now by sending a dragon type monster from my field to the banish zone, I can start summoning Red Eyes Stone Small Dragon. Red Eyes, attack Queen's Knight. Time for my maneuver attempt, so get ready. I summon out Yugioh Dukes. As long as it's on the field, it gains 200 attack points, including itself being a Yugioh card along with the others. I got my field, that's face up. I now coat it with spell card, Yugioh Divine Lens. Now, with Yugioh Divine Lens, it makes my monster to be unaffected by trap cards. And additionally, it gives my Yugioh card 100 attack points times 100 for each one of its levels, decreasing its attack points. Now, activate Divine Lens special ability. I select the Dragon type tuner monster that's in my deck and select it, and be able to send it to the spell chop zone. Now, activate Yugioh Fox's special ability. Special summon into the field. I turn with Felix along with Dukes to synchro summon Yugioh Knight Kaidurg. Activate Kaidurg's special ability. Now I take a Wing Beast or a Dragon type that's level 4 or lower that's in my deck and add one of those cards to my hands. I add Mentalum and discard Mentalum. Yugioh! Kaidurg attacks your face down monster. Red Eye Stardust Baldric, attack Big Show Garna. I'm sorry, Tim, but as we said, we give everything we have in this duel. Sorry, this will hurt. I activate continuous spell card to save for turn. Now, I'll be activating my trap card, Call the Haunted. So now if I have a monster from my graveyard, so welcome back to Yugioh Mentalum. Says a monster that was special summon from my graveyard, I'll be a save returns event to draw 1 card. I'll set this card down. Activate Red Eyes Darkness Mode, Dragon's effect. Special summoning Yugioh Helix. Save return special ability activates. Once again, drawing a card. Attune with Felix along with Beton. Ominous winds, ever-changing, converge and push everything else away. Synchro summon my last outcry, Orange Dragon. There's a fan to be searching out for Oculus and discard Oculus. I know very well what your Fiend token can do, so I'll be attacking an Ego face down monster with Orange Dragon and all in my turn. I summon Yugioh Legionnaire. Legionnaires effects. Started off with Felix. Use Felix's effect to special summon. I tune up with Felix along with Orange Dragon. Cold Horse become horses, steel with the luring spirits rampaging together. Fuel the might of a safe field roar. Synchro summon, come forth, Scrap Dragon. There's effect to be searching out for another Winged Beast or Dragon monster. I'll search for Korsaka and discard a Korsaka. Summon out Fellows using Red Eyes Stardust Metal Dragon's abilities. Save returns effect, drawing a card. And activate that card now. Dragon Fiend spell, field spell card. Dragon Fiend effect. Searching up for a Yugioh card, level 4 lower that's in my deck, and add to my hand by discarding a card. Now activate the spell card Cards of Continents. By discarding a Dragon type tuner monster, 1000 less attack points to the graveyard, I'll draw 2 cards. I activate Scrap Dragon's effect. I target Felix for your face down card. I still can't attack with Fiend token on the field. I'll end my turn. I activate Red Eyes Darkness Mode, Dragon's effect. I'll bring out Korsaka and use save returns effect to draw a card. I tribute a Korsaka and Legionnaire to tribute summon for Trihorn Dragon, my favorite monster. Using Scrap Dragon's effect to be targeting a card up target called Haunted for your face down monster. I switch Red Eyes Stardust Mode to defense mode. And I activate their special ability. I'll discard Alright. Jar will be attacking the face-down monster. I'm sorry for this, I'm not going to let you suffer by having you to stay for another 5,000 years. You deserve better than that, which is why I'm going to have to attack you. As I said, your teachings of what you have taught the younger duelists, and since in the old days, will never be forgotten in lifetime years. Tri-Horn Dragon, attack attempt to end this duel! Yeah, we did. We did achieve victory for you. I did achieve victory for the both of you guys. No, Yugi? That's not true. That's right, man. Because of you, his spirit can finally rest. He'll be back where he is belong. We'll make sure no one will disturb his slumber. Yes, we have. Yes. I'm gonna miss you as well, Tim. Damn right. Free indeed. Go on, Tim. That's the last episode of the Yugioh Campaign. But like I said, folks, if you have any ideas for me to continue on with the Yugioh GX campaign, please do so now. Give me your report of your honesty. And this is the series of the Yugioh Campaign done and done. So if you guys have some ideas for me to wanting to continue working on the Yugioh GX campaign, please let me know. This has gone to Spy, the Spy. And if you guys have problems finding my channel on YouTube, just type in Has Gone to Spy and my profile and my channel should appear on YouTube. Just search for Has Gone to Spy, the Spy with a Blue Shining Dragon on it, and you should be able to get find what you guys are having trouble finding of. I thank you guys for your support and for what you guys wanted me to do, continuing on with the Yugioh campaign. So, again, I thank you all for supporting me and continue on the work of the Yugioh campaign. You guys are the greatest. Has Gone Spy, the Spy, sign off, and I'll be seeing you guys later for my other playlists I'm going to be working on, going to be producing and work on. See you guys later. Sign off.